up, beautiful Aries gang? What's happening? What's crack-a-lackin'? And what's poppin', baby? It's your boy Ant for CancerMoonsTarot, and I'm coming at you guys with your December 15th through the 31st mid-month tarot reading, man. I hope you guys are well, and if so, let me know down in those comments down below. As always, these readings are general, so if they resonate, that's awesome, and if not, it's not your message. And if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, you're more than welcome to. All that information will be linked down in the description box down below. With that all being said, though, my Aries gang, let's go ahead and get it cracking, and let's see what we got going on, baby. Hopefully we got ourselves some fantastic stuff. Messages for Aries here, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout December 15th through the 31st. What do we got going on for Team Aries, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs throughout December 15th through the 31st. God damn, you guys are coming through quick. Let's go ahead and get ourselves one last shuffle, and we'll take a look and see what we got going on. Hopefully we got ourselves some pretty fantastic stuff. Let's take a look, all right? Aries, the overall energy for you guys here is showing up as the Six of Cups. So you can be connecting possibly here with a water sign, a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Your current energy, we got here the Six of Swords. Person you're dealing with, we have here the World card, and the outcome that's present for you, we got here the Ace of Wands. So you can be connecting with possibly a fixed sign as well, an Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, or possibly a Leo. Now with the energies coming in for you guys so far, you got here Six of Cups, and you got here Six of Swords. You're trying to move on from something in regards to your past. I do feel like some sort of cycle is closing out and coming to an ending. So that's what I'm seeing here for the general read part. I definitely feel like moving throughout the second half of December, you are leaving something behind so that you can focus on something new. Let's take a look at that Six of Cups. Why is the Six of Cups the overall energy for Aries? And we have here the Ten of Pentacles. Walking away from a stable environment. Why the Six of Swords then? Why walk away from something that Aries may have deemed stable? We have here Four of Swords. We also have here the High Priestess. And we also have here the Four of Cups. You didn't want to be committed to something anymore. For some of you Aries, this could be walking away from a job. This also could be walking away from a commitment. Keep in mind, even though stability may be involved, it doesn't mean that it's making you happy, right? Even though stability is something that's in your life, just because you have stability doesn't mean you're actually happy. You got to be mindful of that. You know, there are people in life that are so incredibly stable in their finances. They're so incredibly rich, but then they realize all that money doesn't make them happy. So stability in certain aspects of your life doesn't instantly mean happiness, right? So for some of you Aries here, this could be about your job. Maybe right now you have a really good paying job, but ultimately it's not something that's emotionally fulfilling you. For another group of Aries, you know, well, actually, hold on, let me expand on that statement for a second. If you are an Aries and you have a job that's definitely good when it comes towards finances, but isn't fulfilling you, maybe you're thinking about quitting that job and pursuing a passion, right? Now, if this is for Aries in love, I think some of you guys are recognizing, sure, I have a very stable connection with the person I'm dealing with, but this isn't what I want. I want something different, you know? So for some of you guys here, you're coming to that realization of just because there's stability, it doesn't mean there's happiness. So if you're in a romantic relationship, you may be stable with your person, but you may be acknowledging that this isn't really what you want. You may want something more passionate, something more new, right? Because the Ace of Wands is the outcome that's present. So just be mindful of that. Let's take a look at what new beginning Aries is trying to see. Clarify that Ace of Wands. Why is the Ace of Wands coming in for the outcome? What new beginning is Aries trying to see in the second half of December? And we have here the Ace of Pentacles. Just a new opportunity in general. I think you want a new cycle here. Why is the person Aries is dealing with showing up as the World card? We have here the Eight of Swords. So keep in mind, Aries, I'm not too sure actually. This might have been vice versa the whole time. Aries, the person you're dealing with could have been stable with you, and maybe they walked away because they wanted a new beginning. It could have even been mutual, you know? So take that how it resonates. Nonetheless, though, what I'm seeing here for mid-December is I am seeing a connection or a cycle coming to an ending between you and another person, and I do see you looking for new opportunities in love, okay? I think overall the message that you're learning is that just because stability is present doesn't mean that true happiness is involved. So what I'm going to do here, Aries, is I'm going to go over the person you're dealing with. I'll take a look at how they feel towards you and what's going on with them throughout the second half of December. Then I'll take a look and see how you feel towards them, what's going on with you throughout the second half of December. We'll see where energies align, and then we'll go ahead and see the outcome, okay? Now, in regards to who Aries is dealing with, how does this person feel towards Aries? And what is going on with this individual, please, throughout the second half of December? How does the person that Aries is dealing with feel towards Aries? And what is going on with this individual, please, throughout the second half of December 2020? First card out, what do we got? And we got here the shadow side, which is the devil card in this deck. Could be a Capricorn you're connecting with. We also have here the Four of Pentacles. We have here the Three of Wands. We have here the King of Cups, the Page of Wands, and the Star card. So you could also be dealing with an Aquarius. Looking at how your person feels towards you, they definitely felt a connection to you, but I think that over time, it was more of like an attachment that they felt for you. I think the person you're dealing with wanted to have something that they deemed as more fulfilling to them. I kind of feel, Aries, like I'm picking up on an energy where the person you're connecting with was infatuated with you and they weren't in love with you. And I think it took them a while to realize the difference between the two. That's just intuitively what I'm picking up on. So this reading, honestly, I feel is going to be more intuitive than anything. So if this is not your story, I do apologize. But if this is your story, we'll see what we got coming through, okay? So first things first. I think the person you're connecting with had a problem between identifying infatuation for you versus genuinely being in love with you. I think once they kind of figured out that they weren't in love with you and it was more so just infatuation, they kind of came to the realization of, well, I'm not fulfilled with just being infatuated. I want actual, true, and genuine love. So I think whoever you were dealing with, granted they were stable with you, they were starting to get to the point where they felt like they needed more. They just weren't being 110% emotionally fulfilled with the relationship that the two of you had. And honestly, I don't feel like you were 100% fulfilled with this person either. Now, moving forward from that, they have the Page of Wands here, and they also have here the Star card. I think the person you're dealing with, Aries, definitely felt like they were trying to keep this relationship going for as long as possible, but eventually they kind of got to the point where it was like, yeah, I can't really prolong the inevitable. It feels like things are about to end between me and Aries. It feels like I need to set myself free. So I kind of feel like you and this person, in a sense, were both infatuated with one another. It kind of seems like one of those relationships that weren't true love. It was more so infatuation. Based on what's going on with the person you're dealing with throughout the second half of December, let's take a look here. We got ourselves the Hangman card, we got ourselves the Seven of Wands, and we also have ourselves the Nine of Pentacles. So yeah, with the Hangman card here to the Seven of Wands and Nine of Pentacles, this energy is all about the person you're dealing with going the independent route. So I do believe that there is like a breakup here. The breakup could have occurred earlier, or it's going to occur in the second half of December, but the disconnect between you two, I feel, is going to happen or already has happened, right? So the person you're dealing with is kind of like doing their own thing right now throughout the second half of December, being really independent, focusing on themselves, basically looking for the person who's going to bring in fulfillment for them, okay? So that's what's going on with your person. Now I want to take a look at you, Aries. Let's see what's going on here. How does Aries feel towards the person they're dealing with? And what is going on with Aries, please, throughout the second half of December? How does Aries feel towards the person they're dealing with? And what is going on with Aries, please, throughout the second half of December 2020? First card out, we have here the Ten of Swords. Yeah, you really feel like this is over, and I think you're okay with this connection being over, to be quite fair. Yeah, we have here the Ten of Swords to the Lovers. You don't feel like this connection is viable anymore. It's not something that is fulfilling you either. We also have here the Justice. You feel like this was the right direction to go. We have the Page of Swords, we have the Judgment, and we have the Ten of Wands. So Aries, you're kind of on board with this ending, okay? Because Ten of Swords and the Lovers, you're like, yeah, I don't feel like there's anything there anymore, you know? And with the Justice card coming through, you're kind of like, yeah, it feels right that this connection came to an end. And with the Page of Swords and the Judgment card and the Ten of Wands, this energy is you kind of saying, if we were to continue to stay involved with each other romantically, it feels like this relationship would only become more of an emotional burden, okay? So I think you've kind of felt the same way. This looks like a mutual ending to me. All right. I mean, I could be wrong, of course. If that's not your story, it's not your story. But to me, it definitely kind of feels like a mutual ending. So what I'm gathering so far from this reading, because it's pretty interesting, is that you were in a connection with someone, Aries, right? And the two of you definitely had a lot of stability. You guys definitely, clicked well for quite a long time. But it feels like you just didn't work out as lovers. I think the fact is that the two of you were kind of blinded by infatuation versus actual love. Because when it came towards the way you both love, that seemed very incompatible. I feel like you love in a very different way than the person you're dealing with loves. And I also feel like when it comes towards romantically connecting, the two of you have two different perspectives on romance. It's kind of one of those energies where it was like the two of you are complete polar opposites. And even though opposites may attract, I don't think that attraction here was long term. I just genuinely feel like it was infatuation. And I think that the two of you are kind of coming to terms with that, And remember, Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, with the original outcome here, I think the two of you are looking for new opportunities within their love lives, or within your love lives, to find somebody that's truly going to fulfill you. Let's pull two more cards about how Aries feels towards this person. And we have here the Moon card, and we also have here the Queen of Swords. Yeah. I don't think you have, well, I dropped the Moon card, by the way, so sorry about that. But I don't think you have romantic feelings for this person anymore. The Moon card to the Queen of Swords. You're kind of in this energy right now, Aries, where you're like, yeah, I don't really have feelings for them anymore. Like, it's all good, okay? In regards to what's going on with Aries throughout the second half of December, let's take a look there. We have here the Emperor, which is you. We have here the Three of Swords. And we have here the Two of Pentacles. I think what's going on with you in the second half of December, Aries, is you're not really sure how to feel about this entire situation. You don't know if you should be upset that it didn't work out and that your time was wasted, or if you should not really care at all and kind of just keep moving forward. I feel like this is such a weird relationship dynamic, or such a weird kind of connection, because it was something that started so quickly and also ended so fast. So I think you're in a space right now where emotionally you're kind of confused. You're like, I don't know how to feel about this, because I know that I don't really want to be with this person anymore. I know that I don't really have feelings for them anymore. But am I upset that I wasted my time? Or do I not care that I wasted my time? I just feel like ultimately this thing is a very big, confusing mess when it comes towards your emotions, all right? So what I've gathered from this reading so far, guys, is Aries, you were dealing with someone, right? Maybe you weren't even in a relationship with them. Let's just say you met someone and you connected with them, right? Now, you found this connection. It was super stable. It was enjoyable. It was great. But I think that the two of you eventually came to the terms that we're both infatuated with one another. We're both not actually in love. I think you soon quickly realized that you're not as compatible as you thought you were. And I feel like this is one of those connections that start up quickly and end just as quick. So in the second half of December, you're like, yeah, I don't really feel connected to this person anymore. We're way too different. It's not the same. I don't really have feelings for them. And the same thing is kind of going on here with the person you're dealing with. So I feel like you're in this position right now where it's like, well, did I waste my time investing into someone, especially since it didn't work out? Should I be upset that I wasted my time? Aries, I don't think you should be upset that you wasted your time. I think you should be happy that you gave it a shot, because at the end of the day, you went into a connection, exploring it and seeing where it goes. And you know what? Even though it didn't work out, at least you gave it an opportunity. That's something to be proud of. At least you gave this connection a chance. And even though it didn't work for you, guess what? There's more experiences to be had. There's more experiences out there to go ahead and have. And there's just, a lot of things that are going to be out there in the future for you. And you shouldn't be scared to take them. So don't feel like you wasted your time, because you know what? You had an experience here. You definitely learned something from this experience too, even if you're not even conscious of that. Because keep in mind, every connection we come across, there's always a lesson to learn from it. So there's something here you learned from it, whether you're aware of that or not, okay? But nonetheless, though, I don't think this is anything to be upset about, because I don't feel like you wasted your time, I think it's just one of those energies where you come together, you realize it's not working, and you're like, okay, I just got to keep it moving forward, right? In regards to where energies are aligning, let's take a look. We have here Seven of Pentacles, we have here Page of Cups, and we have here Page of Pentacles. Yeah, in regards to where energies are aligning, Aries, you and this person are going off in two different directions. So the both of you are going to be looking for who is next, right? When it comes towards love and romance, who is the next person I'm going to come into alignment with? Who is the next person I'm going to meet? So I do feel like the two of you now are on the terms of dating other people, okay? So you're both looking for other people. As for the overall outcome, please, between Aries and this individual throughout the second half of December, let's take a look. And we got here the Chariot. You're keeping it popping, pushing, and moving forward. Yeah. It really is a pretty simple reading. I wish that there was more details about this, but ultimately, I kind of just feel like this is a mutual ending. It's just the two people like, yeah, you know, we don't really click anymore. We don't really vibe anymore. And Aries, I'm sorry if this one ain't your story. For some reason, I got a feeling like this isn't going to resonate with a lot of people, but, you know, it might. Sometimes you'd be surprised with certain stories that end up resonating to a lot of people. So, of course, if it's not your message, it's not your message. But if it is, you know, I think you're in a space right now where you're just a little confused on if this connection was a whole waste of time. Because it started super quickly, it ended super quickly. There was a difference between infatuation and love. And even though this connection was stable, it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel right for you, and it didn't feel right for the person you're dealing with, because the two of you knew that you were craving something more. You were desiring something more. I think the both of you kind of just activated in one another the recognition that the two of you deserve better. That's actually a pretty cool lesson to learn. It's almost like what I'm seeing here is like you and this person, by going through this whole experience, it's almost as if you activated becoming aware that you deserve better and them becoming aware that they deserve better. So in a sense, I feel like that was the lesson that was learned. I think the both of you learned that we are deserving of so much more. We are deserving of love, not just infatuation, but genuine and true love. We are deserving of the best forms of love, right? So in a way, I feel like this kind of helped both of you when it comes towards feelings of being worthy. I kind of like that lesson that came through here. That's pretty damn good. Okay? So yeah. And there could have been more lessons that you learned from this individual as well that you may not be aware of yet, but that will come up for you. So that's pretty awesome too. Nonetheless, though, pretty general read, pretty interesting read. But as always, thank you guys for coming through, and I greatly appreciate it, okay? So Aries, thank you guys for coming through. It's hella appreciated. Enjoy the rest of your December 2020 here, okay? And I will see you guys in January 2021. Much love, my Aries gang, and have yourselves a good one. Peace.